1,000 times. I played it all out in my mind, and now it's time to go. Time to give the world a show that I've been dreaming all my life. The day has come.
Hi, Paul Slackers, Good News Planet, speaking to musical artist David Osmond. Hi, David. Good morning.
What's up, Paul? How you doing today?
Everything's really good. No problems.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
So we're going to really talk about good stuff here, and thank you for doing it, David.
Thank you for making the opportunity. Absolutely, and there's good stuff happening.
I see that. And Our Voice in Song, multi-city tour, and David's overseeing it. And David has some music, maybe he'll even sing for us. I don't know. But it's all good. And so tell us, what's this all about?
Yeah, if you want me to, for sure. Well, this campaign that we've launched, some friends of mine at Novartis, it's called, as you said, Our Voice in Song. And it is all about the good news that is happening in the world of multiple sclerosis. Now, I'm a music guy. I grew up, that's what I do. I'm a singer, songwriter, music artist, and I grew up around the stage because my dad was a performer as well. And I just assumed every kid's dad did that, toured around and performed. My dad is the oldest performer of the Osmond family. And Paul, I don't know if you're old enough to remember the Osmonds, but they've been performing for a long time. And my dad certainly taught me the ropes. And the reason multiple sclerosis comes into play in my life is my dad, Alan, was diagnosed with it when I was just a little boy. He was diagnosed with a form called primary progressive MS. And so I've only known my dad pretty much to have this crazy thing, this crazy disease, and it sucks, It took him off the stage. He doesn't perform much anymore, but he's got the most amazing attitude, Paul, that you've ever met in a guy. He's an uber optimist, and since I was a little kid, he's always told me, he said, you know what, David, I may have MS, but MS does not have me. And he doesn't just say that, he truly lives that to every way possible. And having a dad that had that example for me, gave me that example, was such a gift. Because here I'd been performing music since I was a little kid in many different forms and styles, and there came a time when I started to have some physical challenges, and before I knew it, within a few months of eyesight issues and then pain in my feet that moved all the way to my chest, and my body started stopping. I ended up in a wheelchair, and from the chest down, unable to even move. And I was diagnosed with MS. However, a different form of MS than my dad, called relapsing MS. But I was in complete denial about this, because here I am, thinking I knew what MS was since I was a little boy, and here I am worse off physically on paper than my dad had been in decades, in just a matter of months. And so I've learned a lot about this world of multiple sclerosis and what's going on here. The good news about this, Paul, is that more has happened for the world of MS in the last 5 years than the last 100. And there's actually great ways that people can take charge of managing their relapsing MS. And that's what this whole campaign of Our Voice in Song is about, to be able to encourage people to take the reins, to not live in the shadows of the disease, and say, hey, I'm gonna be my own advocate. I'm gonna fight for myself. So I encourage people to not make the same mistakes I did, which is kind of living in denial and then kind of coasting through things, thinking I'm doing the right thing, but to really be proactive. Go find those answers. Go to your team, your physicians, and find what's the best course of action for you. And there really are good things happening in the world of MS.
Okay. Well, this is beautiful. I love the Our Voices song. I'm a musician myself, David. So.
Are you really? What do you play?
I play saxophone and piano. So,
dude, saxophone was like the Osmond's trademark. My grandma played saxophone, and so pretty much all of us had to learn it. It was great.
I'm 66. So I know the Osmonds. I know the Osmonds very well.
Nice. My dad turned 66 in June.
All righty. Yeah, me too. That's when I'm doing nice. Oh, it's all good. So, but I think like a 20-year-old, or maybe even less. So, and is that part of it?
Keep thinking that way, man. You'll never age.
Talk to me about thinking. I mean, is that what it's about, in addition to some wise, consultations with doctors? Do you say
certainly. I think the power of positive thinking is something you can't quite put into test to, but I know it makes a huge difference. And for me, one of the best ways I help change my attitude, that encourages me, is, like you said, through music. I mean, we have that connection as well. And so part of this whole campaign, what I wanted to do is to encourage people through those messages, through those things that help me, which is music. So I wrote a song. That is available for free. It's a free download that I hope encourages people. And the website to go to get that free download is ourvoiceinsong.com. And I hope that it helps people, blesses their lives. Every word of this song was handpicked and chosen when I wrote it to really speak about my journey with living with relapsing MS. Go ahead.
You titled the song "I Can Do This," so there's the positive thinking, right? That's the song.
Yeah. You know, I don't think necessarily it's the disease that gets you down, but it's the lack of hope. And there's a lot of hope to be had right now in the world of MS. For what is happening, it's amazing, Paul. And yes, the "I Can Do This" song that you mentioned, it was inspired by my grandpa. Really, that lyric, because since I was a little boy, he told me something. He said, "You know what, David? You're going to go through stuff in this life. You're going to have challenges. But I promise you something, kid. You can do it. You can do it. You keep fighting. You keep pushing, and you will accomplish what your goal is." My dad had the same thing in encouraging me to stay tough and keep fighting. You can do that. That kind of became my mantra, especially living with this relapsing MS. And so the song, it had to be titled that, "I Can Do This." And it's you know what, I wanted to write a song about MS and my journey and inspiring people. I was kind of worried. I'm like, how's this going to turn out? Is it going to be cheesy? Is it going to be overly sappy and in motivation and stuff? But I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. We did a music video. You can check out on that website, ourvoiceinsong.com. And it's yours. You know, I hope that this helps lift the spirits of those that are dealing with relapsing MS or any challenge of any kind. I think that message is something that we can all relate with. We all have stuff in our lives. We all go through difficult, tough times. But I know that by focusing on the positive and not, you know, on that other side. I mean, I know what my disabilities are. I still have them. But because I have them, I also know what my abilities are, the things I still can do. And those things mean so much more to me than ever, and which is why I've told people before, and it sounds crazy, living with relapsing MS, I think, is one of the best things that's ever happened to me, because it's totally changed my perspective on what I got, and my cup is overflowing.
David, how's this song go? I'm a musician. I'm
you want to hear it? Well, I got my guitar right here.
Let's go for it. You kidding?
You want me to do it? Okay, I'm going to put the phone down. I'll play just a tiny bit. You ready?
I might run into another room, play the piano. Back you up. Go on.
You ready?
Yeah.
I rehearsed 1,000 times. I played it all out in my mind. And now it's time to go. Time to give the world the show that I've been dreaming all my life. And the day has come. I'm gonna give myself a chance. Fear is gone. This time I'm getting off the fence, moving on. The wait is over, yeah, it's my life. This is my life. I can do this. Just stick around, you'll see. Going through this takes every part of me. What I'm feeling down inside is like a roller coaster ride, but it's true, yes. I can do this. I can do this.
Beautiful, man.
That's a little sample for you.
No, it's great. Two quick questions, because I know you got to talk to a lot of people, because you're a real upper. Remember, we're good news, so we love what you're doing, and I love.
Dude, thanks a lot, man.
And the character that you. What's good news for you, David?
The good news is, boy, that there are so many people in the trenches here fighting for this cause, for each of us as individuals, and where much is given, much is required. And I've been so blessed by this MS community. MS is a crazy way to meet great people, and I certainly have been blessed. The support of my family, of my friends, of so many people around the world that are going through difficult times encourages me and inspires me. I mean, even when, for example, when I proposed to my wife, and pretty much in a state of paralysis in a wheelchair? And she says yes. We just celebrated this week our 8th anniversary.
Yeah.
And the fact that she says yes in sickness and health and was there since day one, not knowing what the future would hold, to have that kind of love, that unconditional love that comes in so many forms. And now that we have beautiful children, when my 2-year-old started praying for me on her own at night, she'd say, and please bless Daddy and help him with his MS. She doesn't know what that means, but I do. And that encourages me to keep going, to keep fighting, knowing that I'm not alone, and none of us are. We really have each other, and I'm encouraged by those keychain token statements that help me along, help me through. For example, there's this quote by Dr. Seuss. It's one of my favorites. He's one of my favorite authors, and he said this. He said, "I've heard there are troubles of more than one kind. Some come from ahead, and some come from behind. But I've bought a big bat, and I'm ready, you see. And now my troubles, they're going to have troubles with me." Now, I love that because to me it gives me a visual of a weapon, something I can hold on to, a bat, whatever it is, I can fight back. And I know that weapon comes in so many forms, and it is strength in numbers. And I think the good news about the world of MS right now is that there are so many people that are struggling with it, but so many people fighting back, and that they still can do the things they can do, and living each day to the fullest. And that's, to me, the beauty of this life is it's not easy, but I think through the challenges we find strength. And music is how I communicate, so I put all those things into this song. It's totally yours. I encourage people to go to the website, ourvoiceinsong.com. Share it with your friends. I hope it lifts your spirits today. And then I also put on there a bunch of tips and things that I've learned about living with MS. Maybe it'll help you.
It's a beautiful thing. The bat is in our mind because we're very involved with achieving world peace, and I'm inviting you up to Times Square and Central Park for the International Day of Peace right now.
When is
I'll
that?
Get back to you. September 18th, we have Times Square. We have September 20th, we have Central Park. September 21st is the International Day of Peace. Last quick question for you. As long as we make the bat a loving, caring piece for, that's the way to move life forward, is to love each other. All we are is what we are for each other. What's peace for you? Last question.
What is peace for me?
Yep.
Oh, man. For me right now, especially right now, it's pure love and true love that comes through those closest to us. As I mentioned, my wife and I celebrating 8 years. We have 2 beautiful daughters that are turning 4 and 6 here real soon. But on top of it, we're also in about 2 weeks from right now, we're having another baby, and it's a boy this time.
Great.
And that miracle of life, I mean, it is incredible. A very smart guy, his name is Einstein, said, there are 2 ways to live your life. You can live as if nothing is a miracle, or you can live as if everything is a miracle. I'm living so many miracles right now in my life. I'm so blessed, and the joy, the peace is it's pure, it's simple, and if we find something each day to be in awe about, I think that is where my peace is. It's right now with my family.
I love it. Rock and roll. Beautiful.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
Dude, it's great to connect with you, and whatever I can help, you let me know. It'd be great to connect with you later on this year.
I sure shall. Thank you so much.
I played it all out in my mind, and now it's time to go. Time to give the world a show that I've been dreaming all my life. The day has come. I'm gonna give myself a chance. It's time I'm getting off the fence. The wait is over, yeah, it's my life. This is my life. I can do this. Just stick around, you'll see. Going through this takes every part of me. Wanna feel it down inside. It's like a roller coaster ride, but it's true, yes. I can do this. Captain of my soul, only I can make me whole. If nothing ever changes, everything will stay the same. So I will change and I will grow. I'm gonna give myself a chance. This time I'm getting off the fence. The wait is over, yeah, it's my life. This is my life. I can do this. Just stick around, you'll see. Going through this takes every part of me. What I'm feeling down inside is like a roller coaster ride, but it's true, yes, I can do this. Where there's a spark, there's a flame. Where there's a flame, there will be fire. And when this fire starts, I'm gonna let it burn and burn and burn and burn. I can do this. Just stick around, you'll see. Going through this takes every part of me. What I'm feeling down inside is like a roller coaster ride, but it's true, yes, I can do this. I want the world to see I can do this. Look what I have done with me. I'll keep my hands up high on this roller coaster ride, 'cause it's true, yes, I can do